If you guys have ever seen on YouTube all of the putting costumes on my dog videos, I thought that we would do a costume video for our cats because we don't have a dog. Hello. So we are on our way to the store to get some materials for the costume, and we have two conceivable ideas of what we want to do, but first we're gonna go get everything and then later on I will explain. No, both are conceivable ideas, and per usual, Brandon thinks he's right. I think that it's gonna work either way, but I think that
we should make two and see whose comes out better.
No, we're not making two costumes.
You're afraid.
This idea, I've had this for so long and I just really want it to work. Also, today is October 4th as we're filming this, so we have 26 days. Nope. 27 days. All right. We'll check back in at the store. So that was what I was thinking for the front. And then a bigger one for the back, but I don't see a bigger one. Yep.
Small.
But yeah. We need, it's not. This is Brandon's favorite store. So far our plan is not gonna work out. This store is just a bunch of men looking for their girlfriends who they lost like amongst the aisles. So Hobby Lobby was a bust. There were no wire pieces like what we're looking for.
I'm looking for.
What Brandon's looking for.
Doesn't know really what we're looking for.
And we didn't get floral foam there because there was not what I was looking for, but he doesn't think that's gonna work. So I guess we're going with your plan. We're going now to the Home Depot to get wire there, and then we're gonna go to the motherland and get the rest of it.
We need to get food.
And food. We're gonna get food too. So you're gonna strip it? Okay. So we were at Panera and the lady was like, oh, we're almost out of baguettes, and complaining about how they have none. Look how huge it is. Maybe cut them up a little smaller. That's like
You get like half of
that's
this.
like half of a whole baguette. You know, that happened to me last time we went to this Panera too.
You got fucking half a baguette. Oh, it's that guy's boy car.
This is the sewing aisle.
Should we buy a sewing machine, use it, and return it?
No.
Is that bad?
Okay, we are back from Walmart and Brandon just went upstairs to go and get some newspaper from our neighbor because we're gonna use that for part of the spider's body. And I'm gonna show you everything that we just got at Walmart. So this is actually everything we got in general. So we got this wire, this was from Home Depot, and Brandon is gonna strip it and use the wire inside of it for the legs and the like exoskeleton of the spider. He has some plan, I don't know. We also bought this half yard of fur, which actually matches the dog really well, which is funny. Oh, hi, look at this. It's like we bought another you. No, you can't have it. No, you can't have it. You can't have it. A bunch of black felt. This is gonna cover the body of the spider and the tops of the legs. We also got black duct tape for the bottom of the legs, and it's gonna be wire, so we're gonna use this to kind of soften the bottom of the wire so it's not like gonna hurt somebody. And we'll probably put some fluff down there too just to make it super safe, but we've got that. And then we bought some black thread to sew the bottom of the body piece, like the fabric that's gonna go over it. I'm gonna sew it underneath just because I feel like that's gonna be more secure than hot glue, but we might use hot glue in other places just to like give it a little extra support. I don't know. So what I'm doing is I'm making the core of the spider's butt out of newspaper. So I'm gonna tape all this so it's like completely round or like oval. And then we're gonna put this fluff around the rest of it to fill it more. And then it's all gonna be encased in black felt and have the wire on the inside of it at the end so that we're gonna sew the felt around it so that there's no wire or anything like on top of the dog. It'll be nice and soft. And I don't think I mentioned this before, but this entire thing is gonna hook to her harness. We're like phasing it out anyway. She's kind of growing out of it, so we're just gonna use it for this costume. So you bought that wire, I showed them that already. So this is it stripped down to the copper. And this is gonna be the inner piece of the leg.
Yep, the structure.
It's very bouncy, so when she runs, it's gonna be pretty bouncy. But we're gonna like load this up with batting and tape and all kinds of stuff so that they're like meatier legs and they're also not like pointy wires. Hey, no, you can't have that. So this is one of the leg sets. Gypsy, hey, no. Do you want this? Oh. Bye. What do we got? We got legs.
We got legs, and we're working on the frame for the body and connecting the legs.
And he's actually twisting these all together with the drill. And he's twisted each wire so that it's like double the strength. So it's like perfect, oh, sorry. It's like perfectly wrapped. I think that's fascinating. And we've got two more up here. And the dog.
So this is, and we'll just angle the legs how we want them and
yeah. And the butt will go in the middle. So I'll show you guys now what I'm working on, which is the butt of the spider still. So I've got this black pouch that I'm sewing, but I've kind of cut it and sewn the bottom of it so that it's like a rounder shape. And I'm gonna finish sewing this up, and I'm gonna like put finishing touches on like these little corners. I'm gonna tack them down. But that is like the butt of the spider. So right now Brandon's making the front part of the body, which is quite close together because I thought that it would look better in the front like that. And there'll be a smaller little like floofy piece in the middle for the like front of the spider's body.
Yo, yo, yo.
Hi.
Tell the peeps what you've been doing.
Okay, so I sewed the front body piece, which is here. And it's a little more angled because spiders have that like kind of octagonal body a little bit. So we use batting around the middle piece of the body so that she won't feel the wire. And we kind of like folded it very loosely on here. And now what I'm doing is I'm gonna put this in felt because obviously this tape is not, this is supposed to be just like to hold it for the time being. But once it has felt, it shouldn't move and it'll prevent her from feeling the wire. So this is the spider as it currently sits before we go to bed. So it's on its, it looks like a vacuum from this angle. It's got a pad underneath it and then the front body and the back body and then the legs, which we haven't put any batting or anything on those yet, but that'll be the next, or actually,
yeah, that'll probably be next.
Probably, yeah, that'll be next step. Then we'll sew the body onto the base. So we made like we showed this earlier. You can see the holes where the legs are gonna get beefed up, so that'll get hidden. But that base underneath it, we made almost like a little pillow for her back. So that's where we're at on day one of the spider costume. Pretty good progress. Good morning. It is day 2 of costume making, and we've let this sit for a couple days. We've thought about how we're gonna construct it, and hopefully today we will get most of it finished. We kind of made the decision to remove this piece because it's really bulky and unnecessary, we think, and it's honestly just using up so much more felt than we really need to. Like, we can use this for other things like the legs. So the plan right now is to take the butt of the spider. We're gonna sew it to this, but then we're gonna leave that front piece and obviously clean all this up, but that will just be the front. We're gonna put some fur on there and stuff, but we don't really feel like we need that front like body piece. I just feel like, actually it goes this way. I just feel like it's too bulky and it's just gonna be extra stuff we don't really need. So I've just started kind of playing around with this batting. So I've made the top part of the leg and then kind of secured it with tape. We're gonna cover this with felt. And then the bottom half is actually gonna be made up of mostly tape. We did just try this on her. We did the loops on the bottom for her harness and she's pretty tolerant of it. She doesn't seem to really care that much with it on. It's just, I think we're gonna have to kind of get her used to wearing it because obviously it's a little bit extra weight than she's used to, but other than that, she didn't even seem like phased, so that's really good. All right, guys, so it's been a few hours. We took a little bit of a break to go to my sister's soccer game, but now we're back and I'm just done constructing the tops of each leg. At the joints here, there will be a tuft of fur to match the fur patch on the back, and then the bottom of each leg is gonna be black duct tape. This was actually like a prototype of the leg, but in reality, they're all gonna look something like that. So Brandon is putting on the lower part of the legs now, the toes, which these take you quite a while to make.
Mm-hmm.
They took, this one just took like what, 10, 15 minutes?
I cut out most of the pieces for the other ones.
Oh, okay. So we'll check back in once all the legs are covered, and I'm gonna start sewing the body on afterward. And that's about where it's gonna sit. We decided to bring it more forward to make it a little more stable and worry less about the front, because the front is actually gonna be behind her head. So her head is almost like the front of the costume, essentially. All right, guys, so the tops of the legs are already all on. I don't know if I checked in already about that, but I just kind of finished putting them on, and now I'm sewing around the edges here to kind of just secure them in. All right, we now have the body sewn onto this, and I have to say this is extremely unsettling to look at. Brandon is finishing up stuffing the legs. He's stuffed them all on this side and cut out the tufts, which happen to match our dog's fur like perfectly, which is funny because I think this was the only fur they had. Oh. These are gonna go on the joints like so, and we're gonna sew them on, and they're gonna be like little tufts. And then there will be a big patch on the butt of the spider, and then probably a smaller patch right here. Okay guys, so this is the underside of the spider, and I just sewed on the two back, looks like top, but it's actually back straps for this piece. So there'll be a strap that goes through here to hold it on towards her belly, and that'll make it all nice and even. Here are the front straps. There's so much cat hair attached to this, but here are the front straps here. And so this is it upside down, and now I'm gonna flip it and I'm gonna add the tufts. All right guys, so I have gotten the fur onto the spider on the legs. It's all sewn on there in like tuft form. So when you look at it from straight on, it's pretty scary. And those two other patches on the front and back of the body, I'm now going to hot glue on. And once that's done, we will be complete with the construction, and then it'll just be trying on the costume and getting her used to wearing it, and hopefully it all fits and works right. Hey guys, so it has been about 2 weeks since we last filmed for this video, and I just wanted to give you an update on the costume. About like the same day actually that we finished the vlog the first time around, we tried the costume on Jip and it kept sliding off of her in the back because we only had it attached with like a strap and then like her harness in the front. So the front was staying put, but the back was not. So we decided to switch up the design a little bit, and I'm going to show you that right now. So this is the underside of the spider, and as you can see, we've attached a anxiety like thunder suit to it that velcros underneath her and then also around her chest. So the idea with this is that it's more like a full body costume now where she gets kind of into it and it stays put. Now, this in theory was gonna work great. It's currently actually pinned onto it, which is nice because I do have to move this. But we realized pretty quickly that once again, the back is just not supported enough. So as you can see, the thunder suit is all the way to the front where her back is, and then there's this whole section here that is still unsupported. So again, when she's wearing it, it still really pulls to one side and slides around a lot. And it's like basically sliding to one side, normally more so to the left, like her left when she's walking. And then the legs are like hanging on the ground and she's freaking out because they're like obviously right there on the ground. And so then she starts walking sideways and it's just not good. So we need a way to make this a lot more comfortable and easy for her to wear. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shorten the entire torso of the spider, maybe on that end, and just move the entire butt of the spider up. And I also might take some stuffing out of it so that it's a little bit lighter. I think the newspaper in there is making it really heavy and we don't want that. So we're just making some last minute modifications. It's casually like 6 days before Halloween and we have to get this ready. And also I'll show you the wear and tear. So this has just been sitting in the back room, and because of the duct tape drying out, it's popped apart in all these places. And so which leg was it? One of them's really, really bad. We have to fix that. Oh, it's right here. This one's really bad. So we have to get more duct tape and kind of like reinforce over it. But the stuffing is just popping through the seams. So it's not really holding up like I was hoping it would. And she hasn't even worn it yet, but we're gonna get moving on fixing it, and hopefully I can get it to a point that it's wearable and she doesn't like hate it, because right now, guys, she is not loving it whatsoever. So this might end up being a costume that we put on her for pictures and that'll be it, but it was fun. But we'll see. I really want to get it to a point that she's comfortable wearing it. So I just took out this piece from the center of the body and oh my God, what a difference. It is so much lighter now. So I don't know if that is the like underlying problem here or if it also has to do with just being too far back on her body, but I think this is already gonna be so much better. I'm gonna have to push all this like padding here forward and then put the body like closer to the front so that all the weight is more central on her back, if that makes sense. I think that will solve a lot of our problems. I might be able to get it to a point, I might be able to cut like this back piece off a little bit and really shorten it, but I'm not 100% sure yet. So stay tuned, I'll be back to update you. I shortened this body like probably, I would say 3 to 4 inches at least. So that's really good. I kind of created a little like flap at the bottom here that I sewed shut. It's not the cleanest, but it'll work. And so next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sew this body back up. I might sew it a little bit tighter, a little bit smaller. So I've gotten this put back together. I have the body on. I would say it's definitely not as impressive looking as before. I would say it looks a little bit more squished together, if that makes sense. But guys, this is really about Gypsy's comfort level, and I don't want her to feel like this thing is like attacking her, like on being on her back and stuff. So I think this was the right call, was making it smaller. I lifted it up and it is like night and day. It is so much lighter weight. So I'm gonna fix the legs. I'm gonna fix the duct tape on the legs, and I'm gonna repin the thunder suit back onto this, and we can then potentially try it on her. Wow, so scary! Hi. Oh. Yeah, it's working good. Go to daddy. Yeah. It's a long video though. If you want to take one, that's fine. Just send me your dad or whoever. She's like, Dad, give me more. Wow, it's so